We are about 24 hours out from the beginning of what will be an unprecedented NFL draft at AT&T Stadium. Not only is it the first time a draft will be held inside a stadium, but it is expected to draw a record-setting crowd. I'm joined now by CBS Dallas-Fort Worth sports reporter and host Bill Jones. I was in Philly last year for that draft. 250,000 people. It was nuts. Can Jerry World handle it?
Jerry World can handle it. Drew Pearson, of course, stole the show in Philadelphia last year.
On behalf of the five-time world champion Dallas Cowboys, all the Cowboy players that played before me, that played with me, and played after me, with the 60th pick in the second round, the Dallas Cowboys select defensive back from Colorado, Chidobe Awuzie.
And you know he's probably got something up his sleeve this year. It's going to be rocking at AT&T Stadium on Thursday night for sure. Probably level off a little bit as we go further into the weekend.
Being the first time it's in a stadium, how do you think this will play differently than previous drafts?
I think one of the interesting things about it is the fact that the NFL has designated 32 different fan sections on the field there at AT&T Stadium, where they are actually flying in fans from all 32 NFL teams, and so they're trying to create some extra excitement. And I think that's probably because in the stadium atmosphere you can do that a little bit more. You got more elbow room there.
Some of that elbow room is going to include Dallas Cowboy fans. And it's no secret that Jerry Jones and Mr. Roger Goodell do not have the best relationships. Jerry was upset about the Zeke suspension, even tried to halt the renewal of his contract. How do you think the commissioner gets received?
If it were Philadelphia, how would you think he'd be received?
Philly fans are very compassionate, or just passionate, maybe. That's the word I'm looking for.
They boo Santa Claus. And so now, as you know, fans here aren't quite like Philadelphia fans, but I do not expect a very nice reception for Roger Goodell. In fact, it will be a rather rude greeting for him, I'm sure. But it's like that everywhere for the commissioner, it seems like. In New York, the commissioner got booed, you know. Chicago, he got booed. Philadelphia, but here, there's going to be more fans there, and so there will be more opportunity to boo.
I was going to say next year they should have this draft in New England. I can think of no better place to follow it up with. They're happy with them there as well.
What the NFL has done, and they've built this NFL draft experience, much like what they have the NFL experience, with a lot of interactive things out on the plaza area outside.
The combine for the kids, I think, is one of or the adults.
That's right. But that sort of thing, it's fun. It's like going to a festival somewhere, and there'll be appearances from former Cowboy players. Other former NFL greats will be there too. So there'll be things to do out there. But if you're looking for the event itself, I'm just not sure when you go there, if as a fan, that you really think that it was that big a deal.
To piggyback off that, having been there last year, I think you bring up a good point. The one thing I would recommend, as a huge sports fan myself, go for the whole experience. You're going to see Dallas area, you're going to root on your team, you're going to participate in all these different things outside, try some different food, look around, and also see who your team picks. But I think if you go with, I just want to know who they pick, you'll lose a lot of the feel and you might get frustrated and get buried down in the crowd. Let's talk some football real quick. Number one pick, who are you going with? Do you think it's a quarterback? If so, who?
Well, I think it's a quarterback, and the reports from the Cleveland Plain Dealer today indicate that the Browns have narrowed their list down. Now, you can't believe anything that's being said this time of the year. The old adage is, if an NFL executive's lips are, how can you tell that an NFL executive is lying, his lips are moving this time of the year? All right, Josh Allen, the Wyoming quarterback, or Baker Mayfield, the Oklahoma quarterback, supposedly is who the Browns have narrowed their first choice down to. I've said all along that I've thought that they would take Baker Mayfield because I think he's the best quarterback in this draft. Now, I am an Oklahoma alum, but I also
I just read your bio before this interview. I was going to bring that up.
I also had an opportunity to watch him play every single game. And the biggest difference, I mean, it's like those two quarterbacks are polar opposites. Baker Mayfield led his team to the college football playoff not once but twice in his 3 years at Oklahoma. And Oklahoma did not have that great of a talent to be playing in the college football playoff. He's got the highest completion percentage of any of the draft prospects this year. Well, Josh Allen is sitting there playing at Wyoming, did not have all that much success, and his completion percentage in his career was like 57%. You can go back and look at the data from years past, and if your college completion percentage is less than 60%, your chances of succeeding in the NFL are not great. I think they're going to go with Baker Mayfield.
We are in Dallas-Fort Worth area here. Dallas is America's team. Who do you think they go with? They go with the receiver after getting rid of Dez?
Well, I mean, the receiver's right up there at the top of their list, and Jerry Jones had his pre-draft press conference yesterday at the Star in Frisco, and he admitted that, yeah, there's a hole that needs to be filled there. Now, whether they fill it in the first round or not remains to be seen. DJ Moore, wide receiver out of Maryland, Calvin Ridley out of Alabama are two guys that would figure prominently for them at number 19 if they are available at that point. But they've got plenty of other needs on this team, including at linebacker, on the offensive line as well, the safety position, and typically the wide receiver position is deeper in a draft. You can find a potential starting wide receiver in the second, third, fourth round. Some of those other positions, you won't find a guy who can step in and play immediately, maybe.
It's draft night tomorrow.
Yeah,
We're here.
right.
Bill, thank you very, very much.
Very good, Matt.
I appreciate that. To the fans, may the 2018 draft bring you much joy. If not, let your team's ownership know about it. I'm Matt Yurus for CBS Local News.